All right, hello and welcome. All right, so let's quickly talk about how to use this new tool that I was talking about in this blog post, annotating online sources using Diigo. So the first thing you want to do after you set up your account is to set up your browser. I'm using Chrome, and one of the things that you can do is go into your tools in your account. So I'm just on the main page of Diigo, and when you click on tools, you'll see a lot of different options for what to use for your browser add-ons. In this case, I'm using the Diigo extension. So once you click that and get it set up, you'll see that you'll have this option above here to annotate and capture the websites that you go to. Alright, so let's say that I'm doing research and I've come across this Chronicle of Higher Education article and I really want to save it. So in the assignment that I designed for my students, what I have them do before they even start to do this is that they do a quick evaluation of the article, and one of the items that they're looking for is author. So in this case there is a clear author. So what I want for them to do is to highlight the author, and then I want for them to write the bibliography information for that author. So you see that as soon as I highlighted the author's name, I get the option to click this, this just means highlight it. If I choose this, it would leave a note. So I want to leave a note, and I tell my students what color to choose, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to pick blue. So what I'm doing now is I'm leaving a note. So in this note, I want for the student to add the bibliography information of this article. And to do that, I teach them to use bibme.org. And it's a free website, and they can choose between MLA and APA if they want. So I go to the manual mode, and when they choose manual mode for a website, it'll give them all of the fill in the blank things that they need to be able to use this for a bibliography. So they fill in the answers in the article title, the author, the website, the publisher. Do you want to display the URL? What is the URL? The year that it was published and the year that it was accessed. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all of that information. Okay, so I have filled out the information that I need, and I'm going to go ahead and save this citation. So this is nice because students can use this to help with the citation, and you can see that I'm not even logged in or even registered. So this is just something that if they can put up with the ads that are going to pop up, it will help get their citations formatted correctly. So here you can see I have the information that I need, and if I wanted to change it from MLA to APA, I can quickly do that as well by clicking the link, and I now get an APA citation if I want. And then all I want to do is just copy and paste that citation. So it's copied to my clipboard, and now I'm going to go back to this note and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in there. So now I have the bibliography information for this source, and I'm going to save it, and it's in APA, correct APA format. So I'm going to save it, and now that note is just going to appear as a little speech bubble. The second thing I want for them to do is to read the article. Isn't that nice that they're going to read it? But at any point that they find something that's very interesting that might pertain to their research project, something that they might want to quote, what they can do is leave a little note. And then I want for them to tell me why they highlighted that. So this is important for blah blah blah, and they would write it in. So I give them specifics about how I want them to annotate this document. So I'm going to go ahead and leave just one more and another comment again, and then I'm going to say this is another, oops, if I can spell, example blah blah blah. Alright, so I'm going to save that. And then the last thing I want for them to do is to write a annotation or a summary of this article. So I have them do that by highlighting the title. So they highlight the title, and then they leave a comment for the title, and then they write their summary. So in this area, students should write their summary of the article. And I try to tell them to keep it short, anywhere from 3 to 5 sentence summaries for this case here. Alright, so they save that. So now what happens is the article is annotated with the bibliography information, the summary, and any notes that they might have taken with that. So when I go back to my bibme, or not bibme, excuse me, my Diigo page, I'm going to go to my library, and you'll see that the article that I just annotated is in my library. Okay, so one of the things that I like to do is to keep them all in one area. So you can create a list. So if I'm doing a research project, I want to add this to my research project, which I've created a list for. So I say add to a list. I go down to my research project, a very creative name, right? And now that is in my list. So if I go to my list and display only the items, I'll see the two articles that I have decided to use for my research project. And when you hit the down arrow, you get the information that you need. So you get the summary that the students wrote, you get the bibliography information that they need, and then any notes that they took. So the actual text of what they highlighted, and then their comments below that. Okay, so because I am the author of this, I can edit or remove any of this at any time. Now, what's really neat is that once you are finished and you are in your research project list area, you can print this out to turn it in as an assignment. So I have two items here. I have my students do three, but what I can then do is say, all right, print this as a PDF. So students go in, this is what it looks like. Now they can cut and paste this if they wanted to, but I teach them how to print it out as a PDF and then they can upload it to me in Canvas. But you can see that it's got a fairly correct bibliography information. I mean, it's not a formatted, correctly annotated bibliography, but it's all about the information that you want for students to have, and that is a quick summary of the article, the bibliography information of the article, and any notes that they might use in their actual paper. So this information can then be either cut and paste or print to PDF, and then they can submit it to me as an assignment. So that's basically how this assignment that I talked about in this journal or blog post, Annotating Online Sources Using Diigo, works. So if you want any more information about that or you need help getting set up, just give me a call or send me an email and I'll do my best to help support you.